And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
All right, now here we go. Oh. Yellow, 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 yellow. Stop.
On 1st and 10, Cousins throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Gun.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Throw on the right side, complete to Harrison. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Liz, 50, here we go.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 46. Here's Prescott. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And they'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Cooper's got it. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And the return will stop right around the 25. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Over the middle, he'll get it to Harrison. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Second down, Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete here.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Black, black.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. A first down carry by Elliott. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That burst good for 20 and a first down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. The give is to Elliott. And an alley to run. How did he stay on his feet? And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They come up in an offset eye. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. It's the fullback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll give to Elliott. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
On second down, Elliott. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis on On third down, it's Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Everson Griffin in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24.
4 down. Check. Move. Bingo.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On second down, Cousins again. He's going to wind up and air it out. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. David Irving able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 30. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. It's Xavier Rhodes there in on the stop.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Throw right side is hauled in by the tight end Gonzalez. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The completion good for only 6. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big first down on the fake punt. What a call. 16 yards. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move. But oftentimes, just usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, he's able to pick up the first down.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Prescott now on second down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. 10th carry now for Elliott. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down. They'll run it with Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A gain of 6 there on first. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The Vikings on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is brought in at the 21. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go, 46. 46.
Second down, Prescott. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Here we go, 46.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Prescott now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Here we go, 48. Here we go, 46.
Prescott from the gun. He sets to fire deep. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper as time expires in the first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, and maybe we shouldn't be because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Again, it's Elliott. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. The Cowboys on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They start the drive with Abdullah. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
To throw is Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Cousins to his tight end, Rudolph, for a Viking 1st down. First down, here's Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Cousins now on 2nd down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Amir Abdullah, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now here come the Cowboys. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Another good run there, and now we're seeing an offense that's imposed its will on a defense. When we talk about that all the time, what does it really mean? It means that the guys on the offensive line, they feel like they can do whatever they want. They're in the huddle saying, run it again. Give us another chance to smack someone and create some space. On the defensive side of the ball, not only have they imposed their will against you, you're almost powerless to figure out what you're doing there. but you got to keep your spirit up at the same time, and they're taking that too.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Swing to the field, right. To the right. Here we go, 47. Gun. 26.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
We're going, let's go. Gun.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Incomplete, right side to tight end Rudolph. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
We're going, let's go.
Cousins now from the 50. Going for the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Barely got the extra point, and the lead's down to 24. Bailey now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Looking to throw. Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Prescott now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
The Cowboys on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 2nd down, Cousins. And he's going to go down again. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. 3rd and long for Cousins. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Now Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Again, it's Abdullah. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
The quick slant, good for 8 and a first. On first down, Abdullah. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 34. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
All right, let's put the check mark on the defensive side of the ledger there. Really nice tackle by the man in the middle. But why was he able to get that done? Because he has 4 down linemen in front of him, 2 tackles, 2 ends. And what they often try to do is create what we call a funnel. Right to the man in the middle linebacker, who often leads his team in tackles.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On the give, this is their fullback. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. And his kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And now out comes Minnesota. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And they begin the drive with Abdullah. And an alley to run. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sean Lee in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. Amir Abdullah. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
They'll try to run it in with Abdullah. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as he'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Now Cousins going to bring his guys up for the 2-point try. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he powers his way up past the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cowboys, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they fall for the first time this season after 6 wins to start the campaign. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.